Oh, if you're looking for that next great psychological thriller, I've got the book series for you. This is a series about a serial killer who doesn't just stalk his victims, he judges them. He studies their sins, their hidden evils, and then he delivers his own twisted version of justice. Every crime scene is a message, every victim has been chosen, and he leaves behind little gifts, clues that drag both the police and the readers into a deadly game. This series is J.D. Barker's 4MK series, a trilogy that blends psychological horror with detective thrills, and honestly, it's one of the most addictive dark thrillers I have ever read. Today on Already Overbooked, we're breaking down exactly why you should go through and give this series a shot. Buckle up because it's going to be a crazy, dark, intense ride. Let's go talk about what the 4MK series is about. It's short for the Fourth Monkey Killer. It's a trilogy made up of 3 books. We have The Fourth Monkey, we have The Fifth to Die, and then we also have The Sixth Wicked Child. And the story goes through and begins with Detective Sam Porter, who's been hunting the elusive 4 Monkey Killer for years. This isn't your average serial killer. The 4MK operates by a code based on an old proverb: see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. But J.D. Barker does a twist. He adds a fourth monkey, which says, do no evil. And the killer believes this moral crusade. He believes this code. He punishes people who have done wrong in their eyes. We're talking about corrupt businessmen, abusive parents, liars hiding in plain sight. But his justice isn't righteous. It's cruel, brutal, and symbolic in ways that will make your skin crawl. And here's the kicker. Alongside the investigation, you get the killer's diary. Yes, whole passages where you step into the mind of the killer as they recount their childhood, their twisted philosophy, psychology, and the events that shaped them into who they are. It's equal part fascinating and horrifying at the same time, and it's what makes the series so unique. Now, why should you go through and read this? The series thrives on unpredictability. J.D. Barker structures his story so every time you think you've solved it, he pulls the rug out from underneath you. The Fourth Monkey alone ends with one of those holy crap reveals that make you flip back through the book, through earlier chapters to see what you missed. It's the kind of series when you want to be wrong because every twist just makes the story better and better. And in this story, these aren't just crime scenes and body counts. J.D. Barker digs into the psychology of killers and survivors. Through these diary entries, you see the trauma, the manipulation, and the twisted parenting types that shape the killer of who they are. It's not just scary because of what the killer does, it's scary because you start to understand the killer. That's the hallmark of a great psychological fiction story, where you understand their perspective. You understand what they went through. You might not agree, but you get why. And the setting of the story is so well done. It's based in Chicago, and Chicago within the story really feels lived in. Barker pulls you in, and you feel the details. You feel the intensity of this city that has this crazy killer going through and taking people out, and the stress and the anxiety of the day-to-day people. It's heavy. The air feels strikingly posed. Before the killer strikes, you feel the intensity. You'll sense the Detective Porter's exhaustion, his desperation. He's been looking for this killer for years, and he gets so close at times. But the killer falls between his fingers. The world's lived in, and it's unsettling in all the best ways. And really, at the heart of the trilogy is that battle. That battle between Detective Porter and the fourth monkey killer. Porter is a man who is haunted by its past. He's smart, he's stubborn, far from perfect. While the killer, on the other hand, is clever, charming, and terrifying in so many ways. The way these two circle each other across these books are electrifying. It's not just a cop versus a killer type of story. It really feels like a chess match played with people's lives. And honestly, one of the best parts about this story is it's a completed series. It's wrapped up. It wrapped up in a bow at the very end of the story. So you have nothing to wait on. There's no loose ties at the end. You get a full, complete story. It's binge worthy. And you feel the work that JD put into the story to make it that sweet gem that it is. Now, there's a flip side. Every great series could be fantastic, but they obviously have some of the rough edges. And the 4MK series is no exception. If you go in blind, there might be a few items that might shock you. So I want to go through and be honest with you from the beginning. This is not a cozy thriller. This is brutal. It's graphic. It's disturbing. We're talking torture, mutilation, psychological abuse, and there's no punches that are pulled. You sit in these moments. You are in the horror, and it's not. If it's not your thing, you might want to skip this one. But if it is, you're gonna have a blast with this one. As I mentioned, the trilogy is completed, but there's a huge cast of characters. There's a lot going on within these stories. There's a lot of side characters, a lot of side situations going on. And at times it can be a little bit confusing to keep track with. But if you stick with it, I promise you at the very end, it's tied like a bow. And it makes so much sense. It's like, oh, that's why this happened. That's why this character was involved. You really understand the full dynamics, the full vision of this fantastic story. Speaking of the ending, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was bold. But I've spoke with other people, and some people have said that the ending can be fizzled. Now, without spoiling anything, I do want to be honest. Don't expect this to be a neat Hollywood ending. Expect something messy, something complicated, and something that fits perfectly within the story that J.D. Barker was trying to go through and tell. It is rough, but it's such a gem. So good. So here's the thing. There's a lot of serial killer thrillers out there, but the 4MK isn't just another detective chase murder story. J.D. Barker does something different. As I mentioned before, you don't just hear about the killer, you hear from the killer. And the diary entries really make you make things complicated, makes you understand, because you're inside the killer's mind and you're trying to go through and figure out through their twisted worldview, their step-by-step descent in the madness, and you're trying to understand what is real from this character's backstory and what is just a twisted version of reality. So it's unsettling, it's addictive, and honestly, it's what most thrillers could add that would make this genre even better, because it keeps the villain front and center instead of keeping them in the shadows and in the back. You really start understanding these individuals. So if you're a fan of Silence of the Lambs, the books, or the movies, or if you love the movie Seven, then this series is going to be right in your wheelhouse. This book is really for readers who love that crime thrillers that blur between detective work and psychological horror. Readers who want to see the villain fleshed out as much as the hero. And honestly, it's for people who crave that kind of book that keeps you awake at night. not just with the binge reading, but making you think, making you go through and understand the human condition and understand that there are people out there in the world that could do some of these horrific things with a reasoning. It's so well done. J.D. Barker's 4MK trilogy is dark. It's twisted, it's smart, and it's unforgettable. And for me, the series stands alongside some of the best modern serial killer fiction out there. And for me, if you're brave enough, start with the 4MK, but don't say I didn't warn you when you end up binging all 3 books in record time. If you've read 4MK series, drop your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you on what you thought about the trilogy itself. Did you love it, or did you feel a little bit different? If this is the first time you're hearing about this, let me know if you're going to add this to your TBR. I really do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what to do. Till I see you in the next one. Stay overbooked.